Again, I'll say, the election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. Certainly not as we planned for it to. But understand that the work we put into it was about empowering people. That's the spirit with the work we did.
Decision Desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th President of the United States.
Yeah. I'm back one more time, guys. You know who I am. I'm your gracious host, Drummer, 1980 hailing from Columbia, South Carolina. My motto is I don't make believe, I make believers. I hope you're having a good day today. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why. Because after all, happiness is an inside job. And it will always be an internal affair. Guys, I know, guys, I've been missing. I know, but I have been having a time with this computer and this technology. Something happened to my computer, guys. It crashed. And I fought with this thing for many hours, many moons, many hours, guys. But I'm back now, guys. Today is going to be a real important showing. This is a good showing. I want y'all to listen at what this caller says to Jason. And listen at words, because I always tell you, words matter, right? Words have definitions. Just listen at the caller, guys.
All right, I got SC over here on Zoom. SC, go ahead and turn your camera on for me, SC. There you go. Okay, now SC kind of looks familiar. All right, SC. I'm sure you have. Okay, what's on your mind?
So wait, this is the Hate and Debate show, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Jason, I just want to let you know I'm not coming here for the smoke, but I just want to let you know that like I listen to you a lot, and I just feel that sometimes like you praise like lighter skinned women and make it seem like they are like more highly desired, which maybe in back in the day that was the case, but I just feel that like in recent days, like that is not the situation anymore. And I think being a darker skinned woman, that did offend me. And so that was my hate and debate. But everything else.
Now, guys, listen at what she said. She said she feels like. Now, how many of y'all know your feelings could lead you down a dead end path? Now, we all know that, right? But the operative word is feelings. Your feelings can be wrong, guys. That's why, guys, men shouldn't go by their feelings. Because your feelings can overrule logic sometimes, and you don't need that. You need to be a rational being, all right? Thinking at all times, all right? But she said her feelings. Listen at the words. Now watch what Jason says now.
It's like, I really appreciate everything that you...
Okay, I'm just curious. Where did you pick that up from? Just out of curiosity, because I had a dark-skinned female on here earlier that I was just praising here, and I've been doing that the whole time. So I'm just curious where you picked that up from.
Well, it wasn't tonight. Like, I just want to let me know that I did just tune in, and I was excited because I got you on live. But previous shows, like maybe this may have been maybe over 6 months ago or something. But I just felt like you have made comments when you're like, "Oh, she's light skinned, so she's definitely desirable and things like that."
Whoa! Hold on. She's light skinned, so she's definitely desirable. When have I ever said those words?
Okay, so those are not your exact words. Let me rephrase. You would look at someone would call in and be like, "Oh yeah, like I'm what it is," and so then you'd be like, "All right, well let me see your Facebook or let me see your Instagram," and so then they would send you a picture, and then you'd be like, or they would send you their link, and you'd be like, "Okay, so she's light skinned, so and you would make a comment. That's what I'm gonna say. You would make a comment about
right now. When I did that though, however, that was always in context of the men that they were dealing with.
Yes, that's correct.
Because, yeah, I do understand that light-skinned fellas out here today, it's a reality. Light-skinned chicks get graded on the curve.
Okay.
So you take a darker-skinned female who all the fellas would say is a strong 6. If she were light, just take her and make her light skinned, and automatically they're going to bump that number up. Just based on that alone. That's just a reality of the way that most fellas operate. So when I see a female who's moving badly, and yet she's talking about how things are going with this dude, it's usually because the dude's tolerating that. Usually it's on that basis. Or at least that's usually a factor. Is it always one? No, it's not always one, but it's usually one. But that's not me talking about the light-skinned chicks is bad to the bone. I'm the guy who told you all light-skinned chicks are crazy. I say it all the time. I'm the guy who said light-skinned chicks are crazy. Light-skinned chicks got issues. They have to. Light-skinned chicks got complexes. I'm the guy who said that. I've never pointed out a light-skinned chick as being, above anybody. Now, I don't discriminate against them either in that regard. I make it clear if I have a preference and whatnot, hell yeah, I love dark-skinned women. I've got a preference. But I just don't try to make a big issue out of that. But I will tell you one thing. Dark-skinned females don't do themselves any favors by being self-conscious all the time. They don't do themselves any favors by having a complex. They don't do themselves any favors by constantly bringing up lighter-skinned females. If you bad, whether you're dark-skinned, light-skinned, or whatever. If you bad, you are. But insecure, I think what darker-skinned females who express what you just said need to understand is maybe the issue is not being darker-skinned. Maybe the issue is being insecure. Insecurity isn't sexy on anybody, male, female, light skin, dark skin. Insecurity just isn't sexy, period.
And I can agree with that. It may be, being, I grew up in an area where it was predominantly white people. So there wasn't even a lot of black people there. And so then being dark skinned and growing up in an area where there wasn't a lot of people of color, that could be an insecurity. So maybe when I'm hearing certain things, it's triggering my insecurities. And you're probably right. I took it. I'm going to say this. So I'm going to retract and say that I maybe took it as you were trying to say that, dark-skinned women, are not as attractive as light-skinned women. And I understand that is something that has happened in our history as far as how I feel that the white man has made it be. But yeah, that's just how I took your comments. And I have been waiting for a hate over debate show for so long.
Well, let me find out something.
Did you hear that? She had to retract her statement because she took it the wrong way. Okay, that's honorable. I mean, I'm not going to rain down like God on her or anything. But the whole premise is that her feelings was wrong. That's what I'm saying, guys, okay? Her whole feelings, everything about her feelings was convoluted, and she misconstrued what Jason put forth. Now, understand this, and I have said this before. A beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. It don't matter whether you white as snow or dark as midnight. Don't matter about no skin tone. Did you hear me? It doesn't matter about no skin tone. And let me dispel this lie quickly. Serena Williams is going around upon the internet now, guys, and it's clearly something going on with her. But her skin is obviously lighter. It's in a lighter state than before. And everybody claiming that she's bleaching. I don't know whether she's bleaching or not, but what I do know is her skin is lighter. And people trying to say, yeah, because of black men. Don't y'all start that lie, because that's a lie. Why do y'all run the lies so quickly? Everything is about being deceitful and lying all the time. Y'all know black men did not call that woman no names or did anything to Serena Williams. Everybody used to talk about how bad she was, her body type and all that. It was the white media that was putting out articles, and people was calling all kind of monkeys, all kind of stuff they was doing. That was not no black men. So y'all need to stop that lying. And I think something going on with her mentally. Let me tell y'all this. She looked as though her life is being sifted away from her. She an empty shell of herself. She's different. I'm just talking about her mindset. You can tell something going on. I guess that's the price you pay, right?
something here. You said that you were raised in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Yes, in Oregon.
How many white men have you dated?
I actually haven't dated any because I was always like, no, like I'm gonna, like I can't do that. So I haven't dated any.
No. Let's not. Come on, back it up. Let's not do that. Let's not.
Okay.
Let's not do that. Not with that horse hair you got sitting on your head. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, baby. She's trying to. Y'all know how it is. Females be sleeping with dudes and they don't want to claim them. You know, it's like, okay, she don't want to claim the white dude now, baby. Look here. Was he Latino? Was he Asian? Come on now. Let's not do that. You were in Oregon. Come on.
I am being dead ass. Like, I have actually never dated anyone outside of my race because I just felt that, you know, I just didn't want to. I just felt that, you know, if I have a baby and things of that nature, I want to make sure that I'm keeping that.
Okay, y'all know what that means. She ain't counting the one night stand. She ain't counting the frat party. She ain't counting that. You know, I ain't never did that even. Come on now.
You're coming for me right now, and that's not
come on. No, come on. I'm just saying, let's be real. That's the whole point right there. Just put on the table that's what the situation is. And Brad said, well, you know, there, SC, you know, you're a nice kid and everything. I appreciate that. I love your dark skin. You know, that's good. Some of these other people around there, they don't get along with that, but I'm down with it. You know, I can get jiggy with it. I mean, just go ahead and say that's what it was. And then one day you found out he wanted Taylor Swift. And then you felt some way about this ever since. And that either you didn't have enough black men around or you didn't have access or whatever. And that's where it came from. But come on, you were where in Oregon were you from?
So I in Beaverton. I don't know if you know that area, but it's Beaverton near Portland. It's like,
yeah, I'm about to say, isn't that outside Portland? I think it is.
Yes. But I don't live there anymore. But what I'm just simply stating that, you know, like, but you know, really my trauma came from like when I would be out in Oregon and they would be like, oh, like, you know, they would, you know, say like, oh, she's pretty for a dark skinned woman. And I just hate that comment because I'm like, why can't I just be pretty for a woman? Like, why do I have to be pretty for a dark skinned woman? Yeah, but you're right. This is probably not even a you issue. This is probably a me issue. That when I heard certain things, it just made me feel some type of way.
And ladies, I do understand it because I have heard people say that as well. And I make the correction quickly, swiftly. I said, no, she's pretty for a woman. I always say that. And I always did say that because I don't see no dark-skinned woman as being, well, she ain't quite attractive as no light-skinned women. And like Jason said, let me tell you something. I have dealt with all kinds. Trust me. Just believe me and trust me. Believe me for my word's sake. There ain't nothing no different, guys. It's psychological, right? And it is a true statement that light-skinned women is off the rocker. I know y'all don't like it, but you know I don't care. Light-skinned women are red bone. Everybody I have talked to. Matter of fact, my brother warned me whenever I was young. He told me whenever I was about 15 to 16, he said, be careful with those red bones, man, because them things crazy. So me, I didn't believe. I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I got a hold of one. That's something gonna ram me ragged almost. I had it cut out with Lou. So then I said, well, that's probably a fluke. Tried a couple more. Let me tell you something. You talking about a narcissist? Because everything is gonna be about them because their whole life they have been put up on a pedestal, so to speak. So you have to combat that. You have to try to humble them. And that's a tall task, man. I'm telling you right now. And I love y'all light-skinned women, but something wrong with y'all, man.
Okay. How many black men have you dated?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know?
Okay, so let me...
You don't know. That's not the right answer.
Okay, so dated like in a relationship, probably like 6.
Yeah, I was trying to get this one. Dated relationship 6. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's different, right? That's different.
That is okay. How many men have seen you naked?
All right, we're gonna say like 6.
If she's saying 6, the number is 12, and if she admits to the 12, the number is 24. I can't believe you even tried that one. I can't believe you even tried to get away with that.
I'm talking about relationships. You see, I want to get back on task. Like you're
No. No, let's keep it real. That is on task, because if 12 dudes done seen you naked, and then you didn't consider yourself to be in a relationship with but half of them, and then most of them ended up chasing whatever the light-skinned delight was in Portland, then yeah, now you feeling some kind of way.
Wow.
okay. So we'll say 3 or 4 of those I'm not going to consider relationships. We'll say that out of the 12.
Okay, so now she's bringing that baggage from them 24 over here to the rest.
But there was no white men included in that. I just want to say that there was no white men included in that. And
So you're telling no. So you are telling me that a white man has never seen your areolas.
That is facts.
A white man has never seen your naked rear end.
Never, not once.
You have never been in a room alone with a white man.
No.
In your life.
In my life.
Not even for a job interview.
Why would I be in a room naked with?
Why would you be in a room with a white man alone for a job interview? Is that a serious question?
I'm a whole ass. I am a social worker. I would have no clue why I would be in a room with somebody naked in my career.
I didn't say naked. I just said in a room alone with a white man.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess probably so. Like,
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever
for work purposes? Though.
Okay. And have you ever hung out with your coworkers after hours?
All day, damn near every other weekend.
There you go. And some of them were white men.
There's been a couple in there sprinkled.
Gotcha, Wayne.
Why gotta be all that, right, Jason?
Gotcha. Okay, y'all know full well, if I keep this up, it's like the first 48. When you're in the interrogation room, this is like the first 48. If I keep this up, we all know where this is going.
Jason, we don't know where this is going because
the only thing I'm missing, I ain't got no cigarettes and a hamburger. That's the only thing we missing right now. But if I could get her ass and keep her in the room, get her a pack of Newports and a Coke. You know, with a Whopper, you know, full. She'll be sitting in the chair rocking at the end of the first couple of hours. You know,
okay, fine. No, that's not my scenario, though. I'm being dead ass. It's not.
Well, guys, I mean, she could be telling the truth, but it's kind of hard since she in Oregon, over there up on that West Coast, up by Seattle and Portland, all them places. Man, you know what goes on up there, guys, don't you? There's a lot of drug use out that way, too. A lot. And yes, it's predominantly, it's a lot of Asians over there way in like Seattle and all the places like that, and Portland. Now, Oregon, I'm not quite sure, but I know in Seattle, for certain, yes. But the chances are she could be telling the truth, but I don't know. Who knows, right?
On my scenario, I mean, I do have a lot of white people that surround me. That is correct.
I know you do. She's had some surround her. She's had some behind her. She's had some in front of her. She's had one on top.
Well, I just want to say I apologize if that was the wrong. If I, let my insecurities tap into that. I just know that
let me find out here. Do you consider them to be? I mean, what is wrong with light-skinned chicks?
No, I think light-skinned chicks are great. I have a big family. I have a lot of light-skinned women in my family. No, I do, but I just think that, I just want Black men to also embrace darker skinned women because, just growing up like that, where I would hear oh yeah, you're pretty, but not, you're pretty for dark skinned women. But what does that mean? And just knowing where we came from, where we had to be compared to a fucking paper bag. Sorry if I guess. Compared to paper bag.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The thing, though, is that where it comes to light skinned women, what you're expressing is that you feel like men are advocates for them.
Yes, that's how I feel. Yes, I do.
And you don't feel like men are advocates for dark-skinned women.
Thank you. You got my words exactly right.
Well, that's exactly what it is. However, what we would say in response to that is, why should we have to be? Why is it you're not an advocate for yourself? And by advocate, remember, that should be self-explanatory. That shouldn't be something that even has to be explained. That's supposed to be something that speaks for itself. For example, I'm a dark-skinned black male. You never hear us sitting up here advocate. You never hear us sitting up here, why they them Steph Curry do? Why they giving Drake all that play? We ain't never did
but most women, they like want that. They want the dark, all handsome. Like they want that. Like it's been a thing for women. Like Jason, can I ask this question?
But women don't
Can we agree that it's been a thing? It's been a thing for the dark skinned women or light skinned women. Like it's been a thing. It hasn't really been a thing, I feel, for men. Can we agree on that?
I mean, in what way?
In the way of like the dating scene and what is found attractive. Because even white women be like, oh yeah, I want some all dark and handsome. I don't know what they're referring to when they say that, when they're talking about their own people, but like that's just been a thing. Like, you want someone like women gravitate towards towards darker skin, but like men gravitate more towards gravitated towards.
I have a dark-skinned female here also. She had a question about that.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to know, do you feel like you feel that way because of societal history, stemming back to Jim Crow with the brown paper bag? Did your family make a difference in growing up when it comes to that? Like you've learned that from somewhere.
Yeah, I definitely have, like, growing up with my family, directly, probably my mom and stuff, seeing her like using bleaching creams, things of that nature, wanting to be more light skinned. Obviously, she grew up in an era where that was probably more of a thing. So I think that probably started there, but then living in Oregon, like, just being around people and then not just being able to be like looked at as like, oh, like if someone found me attractive, obviously not everybody, but like if someone's like, oh yeah, okay, she's attractive, like, but it always has to have this stigma on it where it's like she's attractive for a dark skinned woman. It can't just be like she's attractive. So then, moving in different areas, like that hasn't always been the case, but I grew up a lot of my time in my high school, in my early 20s. I'm 37 now, but in my early 20s and stuff, and into my beginning stages, late 20s, I was in Oregon that whole time. So, just hearing that all the time, it just it probably did affect me. So then when I heard Jason even saying little things that maybe alluded to maybe light-skinned women being more attractive, it just made me feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. So yes, it's like I understand where you're coming from, but it's just a real thing. And also growing up and then doing my own research and finding out where all this came from, then I'm like, oh, okay, that came from like stuff that, the white man was trying to put on us. So then it made me feel some type of way.
Guys, it's very telling that she said her mother used bleaching cream. Didn't anybody catch that? Hold on, because some more information is going to come out, some vital information, all right? See, this is the problem we have. People internalize what the enemy put on you. You can't internalize certain things, guys. You have to see, but don't see. You have to hear, but don't internalize it. You have to touch sometime and don't feel. And I know that probably don't make no sense to some of y'all. Let me just give you one example. You have to rub shoulders with certain people. Even though you might not like them, you don't care for them. So you're touching people, different ones, but you don't care for them. But in order to get the way you need to be, you have to make that sacrifice and do it anyway. You have to see some things that are not right, some things that chap your rump, highly upset you, but sometimes you have to just keep your mouth closed and just move on. You understand? It's not because you're weak. It's because you're intelligent. Everything you see doesn't need an aggressive response, if you understand that. It's the season for everything. Now, when it's time for smoke, it's time for fire, that's fine too. But everything doesn't require that, that's all I'm saying. So with this young lady, she internalized what her mother was doing and the things in Oregon.
I got a question here.
Yes.
Where is your mother from originally?
Illinois.
No,
Rockford, Illinois.
Let's go back further. Where are they from originally? Because you said something that got our attention. So, where are they from?
Well, family's from Mississippi. I don't know if that matters. Originally from Mississippi.
You sure they're not from the continent?
No, we're all from here that I know of. My grandma and all of them were born in Mississippi. My grandma and grandfather.
And it ended up from Mississippi, but ended up in Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Well,
not
Mississippi,
California, not Chicago, Oregon.
Well, so for Mississippi,
a state with a long history. I mean, that was a whole sundown state. Forget the sundown town. That was a sundown state, and they ended up in Oregon. So that doesn't sound like a family that would be there way, way long, like 100 years.
Well,
yeah,
that was
even going from the Midwest to Oregon, that's unusual.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. That was because of the military, because my dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot. And I'll go ahead and note that my father, my stepdad, is white.
Your stepdad is white.
Yeah, the one that raised, but he raised me, so I identify him as that. So
okay, I'm about to say she putting us through all these changes because of her issues, y'all. But I told you, if we sit here in this interrogation room long enough, everything gonna come out drip, drip, drip. So all I'm missing is some Newports and a hamburger. We could have got there about 30 minutes ago. We really could have. I could have just left her alone by herself about 30 minutes and walked in and had threw some Newports and a Whopper on the table, and she would have went ahead and dropped it off. So yeah, there you go. So it's not Jason who did this. This is your stepdaddy who did this. Now you say your stepfather. I'm curious. Did your stepfather have any white children?
No, they actually didn't have any children.
Okay, well, I find it. How long did you live with him?
Pretty much since I've been 9 up until today. He's still the person that I identify as my dad. My biological dad never came back around. Really.
Oh, he's the person you identify as your father.
Yes.
This white man.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. How does a white man imprint Black feminine appreciation on a Black daughter? I'm just curious how he would do that.
I don't think he can. I don't think that he did. I think I was probably searching for it through my mom. And like I said, I seen her doing things that, didn't, really associate with appreciating the color of her, her darkness, her skin. And so that's probably where, but yeah, I mean, okay. Well, clearly we're digging deep. So,
well, I'm curious about the bleaching cream comment.
Yeah, she used to do that. Remember those doctors' schools or something? I remember when I was young and I used to see that, and I used to see her doing.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying that's not something that we really did over here. That's really something from somewhere else, which is why I asked, where are your people from? Because that's not a practice that we have over here.
Well, I don't know. I just know.
Yeah, you do know. Don't say I don't know. Come on now. That's not. I'm from Louisiana. That's not a deep. I'm from Louisiana. That's not a deep South thing. We don't have a history of bleaching anything. So that there's only 2 places that you can find that. That's not something that we made. That's not a cultural tradition of ours. That's completely foreign.
Well, I don't know. I've never asked her about it. But I guess if I want to take an educated guess that maybe it just had to do with, I don't know, maybe her being with white man. I don't really know, but I just know that that's what happened. I'm just letting you know that's what happened. But, like I said, my grandmother and grandfather, I don't know previous to that, but all my grandfather, my grandmother, my aunts and my great aunts and uncles, they're all from Mississippi. So I don't really know, but I'm born here. I don't really know. And is your mom lighter than you are? No, mom's the same color. Okay, your mom's the same color as you, and yes, she married a white man. Yes.
Was this
And
white?
that's probably why I rejected it so much.
Well, guys, I'm going to just stop it right there. If you want to continue this video, guys, go to Jason Black, the business page, and look up Hate or Debate Atlanta edition. Okay. But guys, you see where everything stemmed from, right? Now, it took 25 or 30 minutes to get what we could have got in 5 minutes, but it took 25 minutes for Jason to actually get it out of her. But he finally reached the root of the problem. And we see, granted, guys, because I got some white listeners. Nobody is against the white listeners, but we against white supremacy. We against that. Now, if you are a white supremacist, I'm vehemently against you, for sure, for certain. But if you one of the cool white people and you want to know truth, don't come telling me nothing, because you don't know like how I know, okay? If you want to know the truth and you are interested in the truth, that's a different matter, okay? Because there's nothing wrong with white people per se, but the white supremacists now, I ain't got no room for no white supremacists now. Simple. But guys, tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. And I know I took a long time, guys, but I'm having issues. I got problems. My God. But until next time, peace. And remember, there is more.